Okay, today is February 4th, and it is a Wednesday. And I haven't done anything for a couple days, so I wanted to record some of what I've been up to. So, on the weekend, I spent, I don't know, maybe 6 hours ish working on our workout room. So, we have 4 bedrooms downstairs, 1 bedroom upstairs. And the 4 bedrooms downstairs, 2 of them are bedrooms, one of them is a workout room, and one of them is the office, which is where I'm sitting. And so far, I have put together 2 guest rooms, and then I started working on the workout room. Now, when we had the realtor out, I asked her if we needed to do something different with that room, because one of the things they say is that you should stage each room for its purpose. So if you have a family room, you shouldn't have a pool table in there. Or if you have a dining room, you shouldn't have a bed in there. You should have what is in that room to convey its purpose. And I guess this is because a lot of people cannot tell the difference in a room. So they might look at a room that's set up like a gym and think that room is a gym instead of understanding it's also a bedroom, which seems really odd to me. So I asked the realtor, and she said that didn't matter. I could keep it as a workout room. So in the workout room, we have a hydro, which is a rowing machine. We have a treadmill. We have an exercise bicycle. We have a long kind of table. I would say it's like a sofa table. And we have a large, well, to me it's large, reptile or small animal cage. So we got rid of the exercise bike, which we haven't used in forever. I think my husband might have used it when he was recovering from knee surgery, but we don't usually use that. And we got rid of the reptile cage because the turtle ran away. So she has a house outside, and that's mostly where she lives. But on the rare occasion where it's really cold in California, we'd move her inside, and this was where she lived. And she ran away, and we don't know if she'll be back. And if she will be back, we'll probably get her something different than what this cage is anyway. So got rid of that, got rid of the bike, painted. So this house was all the colors that are my favorite when we first moved in. So we used to live 2 houses down and across the street. And that house, when we bought that house, which was like 1999, I want to say, it had beautiful colors in it. And I love these colors. I'd never really seen them in a house before. And so when we sold that house, moved to Orange County, I used the same colors at that house. And then when we sold that house and moved back up here, I painted this house all those original colors. And about 3 years ago, I decided I was done with those colors. So we started repainting the house. And so all of the rooms in the house are painted the color behind me, which is kind of a cloud or a mushroom. It's kind of it's a grayish, but it also feels like it has some more earth tones in it as well. So everything's painted that, and then we have wooden baseboards, and all of those are white. And when we repainted, I think we didn't repaint all the baseboards. So I'm having to repaint all the baseboards, which actually takes quite a lot of time. First, you got to wash them all, and then you got to deal with any nicks or cuts, or like this one had a bunch of little wires coming out of it, little nails that I had to take care of, and then did all that painting. I also had to pack up the closet. The closet, which is just the closet in the workout room, was where we kept all the wrapping paper and then a bunch of assorted stuff, including a lot of musical stuff. So my husband's guitars, his music books, things like that are all in that closet also. So went and got rid of, like I had so much wrapping paper, like it would have been like 3 boxes to pack it all up. So I got it down to 1 box, and that's what I packed up. And there was some stuff that was left. I put it on the front porch, told the women on the street if they want it, they can come get it. It's still sitting there, so it might just go in recycling. But that's what happened to that room. And it took a long time. I mean, I just ugh. And I think one of the things that's been really hard is how much work it is getting up and getting down, and all the pieces of painting. You just use you use different muscles than you use even in gardening when you paint. And so I just keep telling myself that while I'm in pain, that it's going to get better. That the pain isn't always going to be here. And that if I can just keep going. And I say this because when I went to Chicago last year when the baby was born, like the first 2 weeks I was there, I was dying. I was so exhausted because I was getting up, I was walking big dogs, I was cooking and cleaning and doing laundry, and I was just so beat. And then I was going back to my apartment I was staying at and working. So I was so beat, so just terribly beat. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. And 2 weeks in, I started feeling better. So I'm hoping it's the same with this. So I just keep trying. So that was what we did. We had met with our tax guy on Thursday earlier in the week, and we had decided we were going to give the kids more money for their house. And so on Saturday, we had happy hour on Zoom with them, and we got to tell them, and I got to tell them. And I really can't express how grateful I am to be at this point in my life where we can take what we've earned and use it for this purpose. So my husband's going to retire. I'm going to keep working. But, I think at this point in your life, in your 60s, you're thinking about retirement. You're thinking about, is your money going to last? And one of the things I'd been thinking a lot about was how when we die, if we don't burn through all our money, Jacob and Julia would get that money and some other things, some charities too. But they'll be 60, right? So they'll be able to use it for their retirement, but when they really need it is now. And so that's why I really was pushing to give them more money. And Jeff is totally supportive of all this, right? He's really good with numbers. He's really good at looking at things from a variety of angles. I'm probably more emotional about it. I just wanted to help them and to make a difference for them. And when we talked to our tax guy, we realized we could do more than we had thought. And so that was really exciting to tell them that and to see how excited they were about it and how surprised they were and how grateful they were. And it was just really, it was really wonderful. I think I'll always remember it. And that was great. And then on Monday, I saw a house on the MLS, that I just fell in love with. As soon as I saw the house, I just had this immediate connection to it. And it's because, so if you've owned a house, if you bought a house, I know a lot of people have a story like, there was one house, I really, really wanted it, we didn't get it. And that's like the house that got away. Well, for me, that house is the Dodson house in San Pedro. And this was a house that I was pregnant, and I just thought this was where I wanted to raise my child. It was a really quaint, kind of small, cottagey house. It had 2 bedrooms and I think 1 bathroom. And then it had a room above the stairs. I mean, above the garage. There was stairs up and then a apartment above the garage. And so it wasn't ideal, right? if people visited, they'd have to stay up there, and which could have been cool, but also if they're elderly, that's harder. But I really wanted that house, and we put a bid on it, and we couldn't get it because they had bought high and the market was lower and it wouldn't appraise for what they wanted. So I always thought about that house. So when I saw this house, that's the first thing I thought. I thought, oh God, this is like the Chicago Dotson house. And I just immediately fell in love with it. Now, there are many things that are not right about this house. Number one, it's smaller. It's only, I think, 1,300 square feet. I think ideally we would want more like 15 to 18. Number two, it's only 1.5 baths, which is insane. Number three, the main bedrooms are upstairs, and the ceiling's pitched like this. So they have, what do they call it? Transit windows that come out of the side. So I'm going to guess it feels really small. There is a bedroom downstairs on the main level, but it's very small. And it has a bath attached, but it's only a half bath. So I'm thinking, okay, we could expand here. We could close this door off. We could do this. We could do that. So, I'm thinking what we could do. I think the kitchen is going to end up being too small too, because I looked at it and I thought, that looks really small. And then the third thing was the yard. So I really want a garden when we move. I really want to make that a priority, even though it's going to be very different kind of gardening. And so I wasn't really sure how this would work here. It has a huge side yard. I mean, really nice side yard, but it's not very private. I mean, I don't know if that's, an issue. If I put a garden out there, if everyone can see it, does it matter if I put a little structure there? I don't know. So there's a lot of things about it that aren't perfect, but the look of it, the little cottagey feel of it, the finishes in it are so cute, just super cute. And it's walking distance from Jacob and Julia. It's like a minute walk. It's down the street and then here. And when I fell in love with it, I didn't know that. I was like, oh my God, this house is so beautiful. It's probably far away from Jacob and Julia. I put in Jacob's address and this address, and it's like 1 minute walk. Like, oh God. So I just thought we should jump on it. I just thought we should try. And the market there is really tough. And they get multiple offers. It goes for way more. So this house, the price there is $499. I imagine it will go for $600. So $200,000 above listing. That's my guess, right? $200,000. The realtor thought maybe not quite that, but I'm going to guess it gets close to that. So talked to Jacob and Julia, asked Julia if she'd be able to go over and look at the house, do a walkthrough with us, talk to the realtor. And then there's pieces that have to fall into place. We have to be able to get a loan. How does that happen so quickly? Now we have a guy, so maybe that works out. I don't know. How do we get a down payment? I'm not really sure, because the extra money we have designated for Jacob and Julia. We need to cash in some things, which we could do, because when we sell this house, we'll have more money. So it would be kind of crazy. It would be totally crazy, 100% crazy. But we're going to give it a whirl. And there's already multiple offers on it. So they're said best offer by noon on Sunday. And no, I forget what the word is, but you can put an offer in, and then you have this buffer, kind of like when you do an online auction, and you could say, I'll go up to this amount. But when you put your offer in, they don't know how much you go up to. So it benefits the buyer. And this, they said, we won't honor that. You have to give us the number. So if you wanted to get this house and it's $500,000 and it's going to go for $675, you should put in $700,000 and then hopefully you'd get it, which I don't, it seems kind of crazy for a 1-bedroom. I mean, 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. I don't know. I just don't know. So that was today. Talked to the realtor, talked to Jacob also, because they're getting their house. They have to go through it and do the inspection. They're doing that. Of course, they're finding things, all the stuff. So it's a lot. And what I'm noticing today is I'm having trouble really settling down. I'm having trouble concentrating and getting things done. Having trouble just focusing. And in fact, last night, I was thinking just so much about the house that I couldn't sleep. I went to bed at like 9:15. At 11:30, I was still awake. So I got up, got my book. I went downstairs and I was downstairs till almost 1. I came back up at 1. It took me till after 2 to fall to sleep. And I just was thinking about the house. Is this the right thing? Is this the wrong thing? This is too quick, because it is really early. But you never know. Like, you just don't know how long it's going to take to find a house. I just don't know. So with Jeff will retire the end of July, and the house will go on the market the beginning of April. So anytime between then, this house will sell, and then we will have to buy a new place and move all the things there. And that's, this is a very squishy thing. You're living in that in-between time. And I feel fine about it mostly. When I just try to think, like, just take one day. Just do what you need to do today. Don't be thinking 10 steps ahead, because that makes me feel like, there's so much you can't control. There's so much you just don't know. So that's where it is. That's what I'm thinking about this week. I am not sure what my next house project is going to be. On the list, it's supposed to be the ensuite bathroom, but it's a very small space. And so I'm thinking what might make more sense is to do a piece over the next 2 weeks. I think there will be a lot of smells between the cleaning that has to go on in there. Oh, I have to remove the drape. I have to remove all those things too. So I think I'm going to do maybe a piece of that next, and then I'm going to start on the hallway. And the hallway will be doing all the baseboards, doing all the woodwork around each door. And then I have a whole wall of photos, and it's taking all of those photos off and packing those up. So I already replaced the carpet in the hall, so that'll be helpful. But I think that will probably be what I work on next. And I'm going to group that with the entryway, which has 4 pieces of furniture in it. And I'm going to get down to 1, because I think that will make a huge difference. So today I'm feeling kind of excited. I'm tired. I was thinking about taking a nap after all my calls. I think I'll probably just go to bed early tonight. And I don't know what will happen with the house. I don't even know if we'll put an offer in. So what will happen next there is Julia will go for a walkthrough of it tomorrow and have me on video. And so I'll get to see it that way. And that will be what we do. We'll try that and see if that works out. And then we'll have a much better sense of it. So that's where I am at today. This is February 3rd.